Hello, welcome back. We're under the hood of the Integra, and I got the motor cleaned off in the last video. I think it was leaking from the cam seal, so I actually just kind of went through the cam seal and greased up the O-ring and put some RTV around the outside of it, and hopefully that should fix it because I don't actually have a cam seal here to use for this motor. So I'm hoping this will fix the oil leak. And now I'm going to tackle the idle problem it was having, just because it was idling a little bit high. I was actually just watching Boosted Boys' latest video, and they had a idle issue with the car they just put together, that EK Coupe, and they adjusted the idle with the mixture screw right here. And if you guys watch my videos religiously, you know that I never adjust it from the idle mixture screw. I usually only adjust it from the throttle stop. So like there's a little Allen key and a 7mm under the throttle body right here, or the throttle stopper, what you call it thing. And I usually adjust it right there to adjust the idle. They seem to run a lot better and run smoother that way. If you use the idle mixture screw to adjust the idle, in my experience, when you rev it up, it's going to come down and drop real low and then come back up afterwards. Where if you adjust it with the throttle stop and then turn the mixture screw all the way in, when you rev it up really high and let off, it's going to come right back to idle and sit right where it should be. It's not going to do none of the dancing around like if you were to adjust it at the idle mixture screw there. This mixture screw was actually turned out quite a bit, and I'm thinking that's why it was idling high. So I'm just going to turn it in, and we'll start this thing up here in a little bit and see where that is. Kind of crazy. I already sold the supercharger this morning, so anybody that was interested in the supercharger, I am sorry. It literally sold like 15 minutes after I posted the video last night. So that is gone. I'm going to have to take that and get it shipped out today, as well as some more stickers and stuff that's sold, which is crazy. You guys are just plopping orders in like left and right. So yeah, I'm going to run to the post office, let that RTV cure and dry up a little bit, and we'll stop back and work on the car a little bit more when I get home. Max, say hi to the camera. Hi, buddy. I know some guy in the comments was like, oh, you should include your dogs more in the videos. Well, this is Max, my German Shepherd. And we got the little Shih Tzu. His name is Scooby. I kind of named him after the Subaru a little bit, Scooby. But yeah, we call him Boob for short because he just looks like a homeless dog. And yeah, Boob fits him well. These are the wheels that I picked up for my Civic. I think these are like Circuit 8s or something like that. They're actually pretty clean. I got them for $200. And I'm going to throw these on my car at some point, and I think the white will actually look pretty good with the red hatch. Alright, so I'm actually heading up to pick up my transmission for the Mustang. So my Civic is getting a Turbo 400. I actually had FedEx box up the supercharger and stuff for me to send it to the guy that bought it. And holy crap, guys, that thing is like, with all the stuff in the box and everything, is like 52 pounds. And they are charging me a fat grip for shipping on that son of a gun. It's gonna be like 75 to 100 bucks to even ship that thing, and I only charged the guy 50 for shipping. So I actually just emailed him to see if he is willing to pay the extra for the shipping charge. But if he doesn't, you know, I guess oh well. But yeah, so I'm gonna get the transmission quick from the Creeper van. If anybody remembers the Creeper van back in the day, from picking up the Mustang transmission one of the last times, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we'll pick up when we get this transmission, and I'll go over it when we get home. Alright guys, look what we got here. Never mind, I didn't pop the hatch. Oh yeah, Turbo 400 baby. Alright, get this frickin' supercharger box out of the way. So yeah, I just picked up my transmission from the tranny builder, the old Creeper van, and Got the trans brake solenoid here, and it's got the TCI trans brake now. So that is awesome. I'm super excited. I want to get the Mustang done. And I'm probably going to get impatient and probably pull the frickin' thing in this weekend and get this thing back together. So I hope you guys are excited for that. But yeah, I got charged $350 for the trans brake, all the parts, and all the labor. This tranny builder guy is frickin' awesome. I can't thank him enough. He went through the whole transmission for me as well, and told me that the third gear steels were a little bit hot. They weren't crazy, but they were a little bit warm, so he replaced the third gear steels and, you know, some gaskets and stuff like that. But he gave me my old valve body back, which just has like a Transgo shift kit in it with, you know, whatever. Now, the thing is with this trans brake is it's actually reverse pattern now, so I hope my shifter's still going to work. But the pattern's going to go park, reverse, neutral, first, second, third. So I'm going to have to shift backwards instead of going forward for shifting, which is actually better because you don't actually want to go into neutral when you're drag racing because it'll spin some drum in the trans and can blow shit up. So I just hope my shifter is going to be able to work. The shifter I have is a B&M Pro Stick, I believe. I'll show you guys. This is what my shifter looks like. So when it goes into reverse, got reverse, neutral, third, second, first. So if I start in first like this, I should just be able to pull back and pull back again. It doesn't lock. Ooh, it does. Nice. So if I go from, say this is third right now, and normally it'll be first now that the trans brake is in, I'll be able to go first, pull the lever, and just yank it for second, because first to second gear is very dramatic in this thing. And then I'll let go of it and be able to go to third. That is freaking awesome. Yes, I was actually really scared about that, but sweet. So yeah, shifter will work. That is awesome. I got to get a wideband yet because my wideband, I actually took it out and I put it into my CRX, which is now sold. So I have to get another wideband for this thing, and probably just a few odds and ends things. I'm going to reuse the head gaskets and all that shit. Why not? And yeah, so once this car's done and I get everything done with the Integra, I'm going to throw the heads back on the 5.3, and I'm going to throw the trans back onto the motor, converter, all that stuff, and I'll throw it back in the car. It honestly shouldn't take more than like 2 hours of time to do it, and then the Mustang will be back up and running. So yeah, I'm going to go run to the post office now. I said I was going to do that earlier, but I'm going to run now and ship all this stuff, and then we'll pick back up working on the Integra, and we'll finish this guy up and then throw my wheels on the Civic. Well, I got the new wheels on the car. It's looking a hell of a lot better. That wheel gap though. And they're really dirty. They definitely could use a clean. Look at all that brake dust. Yeah, I'm digging it. Alright guys, so I've been working on the Integra here for a little while, and I actually came out here this morning and the car didn't start. I don't know why, but I replaced the coil in the ignition control module again, just like I did on that Type R EK, and now it runs. So I don't know if maybe I got some brake cleaner inside the distributor cap and it shorted out the ignition control module when I was cleaning the motor off, but I don't know. I had to replace it with another one I had here. So that kind of sucks, but the car is at least running good now, and no issues. I fixed the oil leak at the cam seal, and I'm about to check the engine light and see why the engine light is on. it is a hard code. It's not something that you can just get rid of and, you know, disconnect the battery or something like that. So I'm hoping it should be something that can be fixed pretty easily. So I may do that next. I know these videos are kind of all over the place the last couple days, and you know, 1 minute I'm putting wheels on my car, next minute I'm working on this, next minute I'm going to get my transmission, etc. But it's just kind of been how the last couple days have been. I've been super busy with stuff. I hope you guys don't mind. It's kind of like a vlog and just going about my day. I don't really have a direction of these videos, and I don't know if that's kind of what you guys are preferring, or if you'd rather see me do like specific videos. You guys are the viewers, so you tell me, but I feel like I'm just filming everything and throwing a video together and showing you guys what's up. But another thing I did is A21 Bravo actually swung over to my place, and he sold me his fuel injector tester unit. So I can flow injectors for pretty much anything now, and it's super cool that we have a tester now that I can flow injectors myself, and I don't have to bother him a bunch to actually test out these injectors that I'm selling on my website. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a piece of jumper wire. Just need to get like a paper clip or a jumper wire to jump the DLC under the passenger footwell to check the engine light. And then once the engine light is checked, I'm just going to jack the car up and check the suspension out and see if there's anything wrong there, because this guy did want me to check over this car pretty well. The only other thing I did to the car is I tightened the power steering belt because it was squealing when it was cold. So this was too loose. I just tightened it up, and now there's no more squealing. But yeah, so I'm going to check the engine light, and we'll see why that's on. Alright, so I got this Integra running pretty good. I got the idle set at like 750. It's just sitting here purring away, and no more check engine light, so I got that fixed. I went to go scan the engine light, and there was actually no code to be found in the engine light. So I think whatever went wrong in the distributor was actually what was causing the check engine light. I'm going to drive it for a few miles and see if it comes back on. But for now, I'm thinking that the distributor was probably the reason why the check engine light was on. The customer had dropped it off and said it was an O2 sensor issue, but I also feel like everybody that has a check engine light blames it on the O2 sensor. It's like the famous Craigslist ad when you look at Craigslist ads and people are like, oh, the check engine light's on, but it's just the O2 sensor. It's just the O2 sensor. It's no big deal. It's just the O2 sensor. When in reality, it's something like a bad ICM or a frickin' idle air control valve or a intake sensor or something like that. O2 sensors honestly usually don't go out. But yeah, whatever. This thing's running buttery smooth. Chilling like a villain. So I am test driving this Integra right now to kind of see what's going on with it, and just driving around, it drives very good. Everything seems to drive real straight. It's got good brakes, etc. The only thing I notice is it's got a little bit of a squeaking or like something in the right front, the passenger front there, which is where this car was in an accident, and I replaced the lower control arm. But I'm thinking that the strut is actually making some noise in the front. I'm probably just going to tell the customer he's going to have to either deal with it or put all new struts on. So yeah, in my opinion, I probably won't even touch it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just probably one of the bushings is a little squeaky in the strut or the strut top or something. But yeah, other than that, this car drives very good. I'm going to do a little pull here, and I'll kind of show you how the car is that way. It does seem like the car has a little bit weaker of a clutch. I don't think this clutch will handle a turbo kit for very long. It seems like it kind of slips on gear transitions, which is usually an indicator of a worn disc or the pressure plate is just getting a little bit weak. So yeah. it may be kind of hard to tell in the video, but from me driving these cars so much and kind of knowing them so well, I can kind of tell that this clutch is just a little bit dozy when you bang a gear. It's not it doesn't grab as hard as it should when you bang a gear. So yeah, that's just something to note on this thing. But yeah, I'm going to talk to the customer and see what he wants to do with this car, whether he wants me to keep going with it, putting struts in it, etc., or what we're going to do with it. So yeah, the only other thing I'm probably going to be doing to this thing tonight is just jacking the front end up and shaking the tire to see if it has any worn ball joints or tie rod ends or a bad wheel bearing or anything like that. I did check the one side already when we did the control arm and whatnot, but I have not checked the other side, so I'll probably just check that and then park this thing for a little while and then talk with the customer or whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I'm gonna get to bed kind of early tonight because there is actually some ice racing going on tomorrow. There's actually a fishery, at least that's what they call it by me. I know if a lot of you guys aren't from Wisconsin, you're gonna be like, what the hell's a fishery? But it's pretty much just an event on the ice where, it's a ice fishing competition, and then they have racing as well. So they have like car and truck racing, and then they also have motorcycle and four-wheeler racing. So I'm gonna definitely get some footage of that stuff for you guys tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna throw the studded tires on the old red EK and see how that little Y7 does, if I can take home a victory or not. It's really slow, so I don't know if it's even gonna be competitive or not, but I'll drive the balls off of it and see if we can take home a W. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. I'll do some, we'll be doing some ice fishery stuff tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I know it's kind of all over the place, but hopefully you guys understand and you bear with me. But yeah, subscribe if you guys are new, like this video, share it with all your friends, and we will see you tomorrow.